everyone's having a blessed morning. I am having a blessed morning. Yes, I am. Yes, I am having a blessed morning, which is really important. I want y'all to definitely to um definitely get in tune with this get in tune with this good content. I mean good content. I decided to take my hat off and just let my hair breathe. Um yeah. So we're gonna get into this good content. I'm gonna give you my experience. I'm going to give you my experience of dealing with entities, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is something to really think about. You may not ever see your entity. You may not never see this entity that's appointed to you is appointed to you and is appointed to you for mass destruction, murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted, demonic way of life. Specifically, um, it comes to you at the age of, I'm going to say anywhere from between 5 and 10. Between 5 and 10, it comes to you. Yeah, because that when you are five, that's when you are starting your memory. You'll start to remember things. So anywhere from 5 to 10, it comes to you. And I'm dropping this because I'm dropping this knowledge upon you. Because it's really important, right? And this way you can start to protect your children from 5 to 10 years old, because this is where this entity is appointed to you, and you definitely not going to see it, and your child not going to see it, right? Um, if your child is blessed with insight or have some type of spiritual connection, if the Creator allows him or her to see it, then they are allowed to see it. That means that if they see it, just the child in this entity, that means that there's something special about your child. Do not take your child to see a shrink. Do not take your child to seeing a psychologist, because nothing is wrong with your child. It's just that your child's blessed with some type of gifts and abilities that you have to look out for, right? That may not be blessed upon others, such as yourself. I mean, you're as a parent, right? The reason why I'm bringing this to you is because it's really important, because there's going to be one day out of your life, whether you know or not, where you're going to have to go toe to toe with this entity, with this entity, right? And it's really important that you equip yourself with certain tools to fight against this entity. And it's going to take a lot of love and a lot of family, if they know it, to protect you from this entity. Did you ever seen the movie Harry Potter? How his parents protected him. They did a special spell upon him to protect him. It's sort of like that. I'm trying to give you an understanding. It's sort of like that, because this entity, right, was given respite, and to attack any and everybody, human beings, whether you want to believe it or not. So at my age that I can remember, it had to be from maybe from 5 to 7, maybe from 5 to 8. I'm going to put 5 to 8, right? I was in my uncle house. I was in my uncle house on And I was laying down and I was in the living room and it was just dark upon dark, right? But I can see that from my uncle's room there was a light coming out the door, even though it was a lot of darkness, but there was a light. And when I looked up, there was this tall entity, really tall and big entity, and it was dark. I mean, dark, real dark. I saw it. I saw that one first, and as I glanced down and looked, I seen another little one there. I seen another little one, and I just covered my head with the sheet. Went on with my life, and from that point on, my life wasn't the same. As I can remember now, as a youngster, my life wasn't the same. My life was not the same. From that point on, seeing those entities, my life was not the same. My life will forever change. I didn't know my life, but as I get older now and seeing that I was plagued with so much stuff, right? Traumas upon traumas, depression upon depression, darkness upon darkness, evil upon evil, as I can see it, as I'm adult now. What that tells me that that adult entity passed that little entity on to me, and that little entity was attached to me all the way up until I killed it, until I killed that entity. It was growing with me every step, every minute, every second, every hour. It was always there plaguing me with evil and darkness. That's an actual true fact. I figured it out. The moral to the story is the reason why I'm saying is because each and every one of us are plagued with an entity that you cannot see with your eyes that lurk in the shadows, right? And move in a strategic way where you cannot see it. It's there to kill you and murder you. It is not there to befriend you at all. I go throughout my life struggling. I'm like, what's going on? I'm struggling, drinking, been sexual assaulted over and over and over again, molested, being molested over and over and over again, dealing with alcohol, dealing with prison, dealing with homelessness, in and out relationships. Just can't get it right. Blaming everything on society, blaming everything on my parents, blaming everything on authorities, just blaming everybody around me. But I just couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure this out, right? Until one day I saw it. I saw this entity. The creator allowed me to see the entity. And when I saw it, it was huge. It was huge. I seen it in 2000. I saw it in 2000. It was very powerful. In the spiritual room, it was very, very powerful. Very powerful in the spiritual realm. That was my first encounter with it. Me and this entity went toe to toe. It went Me and this entity went toe to toe. This entity was so powerful that it actually changed the I don't know if time slowed down or spun up. I think time slowed down. I was praying Fajr. I was praying the morning prayer and I was trying to go down in Ruku. I couldn't go down. It was very difficult and hard for me to go down. It was in the summertime and it was real bright outside. All of a sudden it just went dark and I was caught up in a spiritual realm. I was caught up in the spiritual realm. Mind, body, and soul. This is an actual true fact. This is not cap. This is not, I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you experience that one day it may happen to you or did it happen to you? You don't know, right? So I'm battling it. I'm battling it. Battling it like it's stopping me from going down in positions, but I'm still fighting. I'm still fighting to go into my positions of Ruku, Sajda Sal, um, Sajda, Takbir Tirmidhi, Jousla, all of these um prostration positions that I was trying to get to. I did one rakat. I fought through it. I was supposed to do two. I did one rakat. I lost that battle. I lost that battle because I couldn't do it. I couldn't fight it alone. And that one rakat, I salamed out. I salamed out. I salamed out. When I salamed out, that's when all the fun and games begun for me. That's when it started coming at me really, really hard. Started coming at me really, really hard. I started drinking. I started smoking. I started doing things I'm supposed to do. Um, I started going on and off, worshiping the Creator, reading the Quran, not reading the Quran, getting back into Islam, getting back into Islam. You know, it was very difficult to me. In and out drinking, in and out these jails, wild me pens. Telling you a story, right? But before that, how it got me, I was sleeping on the floor. What it did, it looked like a leech. It crawled up to the wall like a leech, like this. It went straight up the wall. I saw it. My body was stuck. It was like paralyzed. I couldn't move. It was paralyzed. All I could do was see. And when I looked, it cloaked itself the whole entire ceiling and it pressed upon me on my chest. And that's when the fight begun. So after I lost the fight, because I knew I lost the fight, that's when everything it started assaulting me on every type of way. Cigarettes, liquor, alcohol, in and out these plantations, open container, catching tickets. Yeah, started plaguing me. Even though I know I was working, it started plaguing me. It started going hard on me. This was the entity that was placed upon me that I thought it was gone. It was there with me in the shelter. It was there with me in prison. It never left me. It grew with me, but it was in a position where I couldn't see it. It lurked in the shadows. So one particular day, right, I was in a house. Something tell me I saw it in the corner. It was huge. When the creator, the Alpha Omega, and everything in existence, the Almighty allowed me to see and pinpoint it. I know exactly what to do. I started asking around, asking questions, and I'm not gonna tell you the remedy, but I killed it. I killed it. It was like 9 feet tall and big in the corner. 9 feet tall, big in the corner. I did certain things. Next thing you know, when I did it, it was gone. It turned to like when I killed it, it turned to like a milky form and like cobwebs. And from that point on, right? This was like in the mid 2000s. This was like 2013, 2000 maybe 13, yeah, like 13, around like 13, I guess like 13, 14. It was around that. I killed it. And then from there, I still was had the residue of it on me, right? Whatever spell, whatever it had on me, I still needed to shake it. Still needed to shake it off. even though it was dead, right? And I killed it. When I killed it, it sent out a wave, a shock wave of news that I killed it, that I killed it. Whatever name it was, I didn't know what name it was. I didn't know the name. I never talked to it, but I know it was evil. It sent out the shock waves among the spiritual realm that I killed this entity, that I killed my entity. When you kill your entity, right, because it's appointed to you at birth and all the way up until you die. When you die, it disappears from you. It's an actual true fact. When you kill your entity, me personally, you don't be replaced with another entity because that new entity ain't know nothing about you. You understand what I'm saying? You're not allowed to see these entities. That's just how it goes. But if the creator loves you so much and endure you with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and special ability and special the gift to allow you to kill your entity, that means that he loves you, and that means that he has a special place for you somewhere in the afterlife. It's actual true facts. I'm telling you that I'm not the first one that went toe to toe with an entity. The ancient ancestors went toe to toe with the chief of the entities, the leaders of the entities. He is the leader. And when they corner him to kill him, he remind them that the creator, the Alpha Omega, the creator, gave him respite until the day of judgment. So they had to let him go. They had to let him go. We caught the entity, the chief of the entity. We caught him and pinpointed his location. And it was about to slay him. But remember, the Alpha Omega reminded the ancient ancestors that he gave this entity respite to the end of the day. But what are you even talking about? How you doing, man? How you doing, bye? I'm talking about the entity. I'm talking about the evil, the op, in the spiritual light, in the spiritual form. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I call it entity. You'll call it the devil, Satan. I call it the entity because that's exactly what it is. It's an entity. What's up? What's up, man? What's up, Vic? What's up? What's up, Bayet? How you doing, man? So this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how to kill your entity, how to stop being plagued with sickness and death and murder, death, kill, right? And giving you remedies to overcome darkness as it overspread you and your loved ones. I'm telling the story of me going toe to toe with my entity and how I killed it and smashed it out and vanquished it. I'm telling the story. This is an actual true story. So I hope this story can live among you and give you an idea on why you being plagued with so much darkness. It's not just our communities, it's not just societies, it's each and everything around us in the spiritual form that you may not know that is plaguing us, that is aiding on to murder and kill us. This is the actual true fact. So um I'm showing you and telling you at what age your parents supposed to pray over you and what age this entity become attached to you. It's from 5 to 10 because at 5 years old you start to gain consciousness of who you are. You start to remember who you are. So this is where you're plagued at from 5. Matter of fact, from 5 to puberty for boys. For girls, it's different. Remember, they mature different than us. They get their menstrual at 6, 7, 8, 9. So from 5 all the way up until they reach their puberty, this entity is there feeding off them, feeding off their spirituality. This is actual true facts. And this is coming from a spiritual room, and you never ever heard this nowhere. And no scriptures, right? And no religious study. You never heard this nowhere because it doesn't tell you that. It doesn't go into detail. I'm going into detail and experience, right? It's because I want to help you and your loved ones and your children overcome a lot of darkness that is there, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually that is there. This is really important information for you. You have to learn how to fight your entity in the spiritual realm. It is there to kill you. In the spiritual realm, in the spiritual world, spiritual realm, it is there to kill you and murder you, and that would be the end of you. Once you dead and gone, it leaves. That's it. It dies with it dies. It dies off. It dies off. That entity, because it feeds off you physically, mentally, and spiritually, whatever you doing. It feeds off you, it grows with you. So once you die, it dies. To actual true fact. But there's loopholes around it. I just showed you a loophole and told you a loophole that I killed my entity, and everything has been an amazing ever since. When I see these entities and talk about them, they disappear because they know that I killed that big, powerful entity. I am recognized in the spiritual realm and talked about constantly on a daily basis. And this is going to happen all the way until the day I die. What entity was around you? You didn't forget. You ain't hit much a month. You just got here. You just tuned in. You're not listening to me. You're not listening to me. Then I just told you from 5 until puberty, the entity come to you and appointed to you at 5 years old. You don't know it. Your parents don't know it. I'm telling you secrets, right? That nobody knows. That's not going to tell you. It's not in books. It's nowhere. It's in books. It's in scriptures, but it doesn't go into detail. It doesn't tell you what year, what age that is attached to you, and when does it leave. I'm going into the spiritual realm and giving you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You got to listen to what I'm saying. I know you asking a question. You asking what entity was around me. I just told you the entity, an evil entity. Everybody have an evil entity that is around you at birth. They come to you when you start to remember, right, and engage knowledge. And when you start to remember certain things is when you 5 years old, all the way up until your purity. They are there all the way up until you die and dead and gone. Once you dead and gone, it dies. It dies with you because it's no longer there. So I'm telling you something from the spiritual realm. You have to understand that. It's not that I want to keep repeating myself. You have to listen to my words. You have to understand this, right? This is not a game or joke. This is a spiritual realm. And most of us don't understand it because we are taught the physical, 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 physical. This spiritual world, spiritual realm is nothing to play with. It is unseen. And if you don't know about it, you will definitely be get caught up in it. And you will realize it when you are dead and gone. Then you will see everything as clear as day. My ear, all my ear, I'm Bai said, I'm all ears. I understand what you're saying. Good. It's not I don't it's not what you understand what I'm saying. I need you to get in tune to save yourself and your spirit and your family from these entities. Each each person, male, female, have an evil entity that is there attached to them all the way at the birth, all the way until they die. And I'm telling you, when these entities are appointed to you. You don't see when they come. I saw mine, which is a blessing. The Creator allowed me to see mine. I saw it in my uncle's house when I was around like 5 or 6 years old. I seen a really big, big, tall one. It was big. And then when I looked down, I saw the little one. He was holding his hand. And I was like, why is that little one at that age? I'm like, yo, why is that little one is there? I didn't know. I'm young. But the Creator allowed me to see this in the spiritual realm, this dark entity. Now, I don't know if that was his son, but it was an entity. So what he did as I got older now and realized what he did, he passed that entity off to me. And the entity grew with me all of my life. I realized that now as I got older because I deal with the spiritual realm. I figured it out. And I figured out how to kill my entity. I killed my entity. He is no longer plaguing me no more. He is gone. And when I did that, I became recognized in the spiritual realm, even though I was already recognized in the spiritual world, right? But that gave me more points in the spiritual world because I killed an entity. And it's very rare to kill them because they hide so well that you cannot see them, but you can kill them. You can't kill a chief one, but you can kill the entities, his boys, his dupes. There's ways where you can kill them. Just like you can die, your physical, they can die too. But there's certain rules and regulations, there's certain items and things that you need to use in order to kill them, to pinpoint them. It's an actual true fact. It's not easy because they lurk in the shadows and they can lurk in the shadows and not reveal themselves your whole life until you die. You will see them when you trans over to the spiritual world, you will see your entity because it dies with you. It's an actual true fact. They die too. There's a beginning and end to them too. They not everlasting. They can die. So don't fear them. Fear the Alpha Omega, the Creator. Pray to Him that He can give you the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding so you can understand the spiritual realm. He doesn't do that for everybody. I'm gonna keep it real with you. He does not do that for everybody. So if He bless someone, right, with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and with gifts and powers to tell you something, take heed. This is no cat. I'm not playing. I'm just telling you, giving you information to help you and your family out. These are actual true facts. So I would like to end this video and this content with I love you. And I want you to get more and more to your spirituality. And your guys have an amazing, amazing, amazing Sunday. Peace, y'all. Peace, peace.